What's up, everybody, and welcome to Tapped In with Andy Nesbitt. I'm Andy Nesbitt, which makes sense. For those of you that see my work in the past, it's nice to be talking to you again. For those of you who are like, who the fuck is this guy in my earbuds? I get it. I do. But as I said, I'm Andy Nesbitt. I used to cover the UFC on Fox. Then they they pivoted to video, and I pivoted to reckless unemployment. But it's been a good run. And here we are with my first episode of my new podcast, Tapped In, where I talk to UFC welterweight Yancy Medeiros. He's straight off his unbelievable fight at UFC 218 in Detroit last Saturday. Co-fight of the night, $50K bonus. Just an unbelievable fight that had everyone on Twitter talking Saturday night about, is this the fight of the year? Is this the first round of our lives? Just an awesome fight. So my goal with this podcast, and for all of my podcasts, will be to kind of have long-ranging interviews that teach you a little something different about each person's life, each fighter's life, each athlete's life. Have you get to know them a little bit through, just kind of a long-ranging conversation. And that's what I do here today with Yancy. We start off with a deep dive into his fight, and he really shares some amazing details from what it's like to be in the octagon of such an epic battle, and what it feels like after that epic battle as he recovers currently in Hawaii, his home state of Hawaii. Then we talk about his relationship with Max Holloway. Yancy actually watched Max's fight from a hospital bed in Detroit Saturday night after his fight. And then we talk about the Diaz brothers, how they've affected and helped Yancy grow not only as a fighter but as a person. Nick and Nate up in Stockton, 209 I think. And then we get into some fun, random, rapid-fire questions where we get to learn a little bit about Yancy, one of the nicest guys in the fight game. And on Saturday, he showed that, once again, he's one of the toughest guys in the fight game. So let's get to it. Here's my conversation with Yancy Medeiros. Yancy, thank you very much for joining me just 5 days after such an epic fight.
No problem, man. Good seeing you.
Good to see you too. I wanted to talk to you about that fight last Saturday in Detroit. I wanted to talk to you about your relationship with Max. I want to talk to you about your relationship with the Diaz brothers, and then get some random questions, and then get you the heck out of here so you can go enjoy yourself. How does that sound?
Sure, for sure, man.
Okay, so when that fight, actually, first of all, let's start off by asking you, how do you feel now? This is Thursday. How do you feel after such a fight like that? Physically?
I mean, there's still a lot of aches and pains. There's a lot of bumps and bruises still healing up, but I mean, nothing major. I didn't get any major injuries, just besides this fat eye. It's trying to get healed up now, but other than that, I feel like I'd be ready in the next month or so again to just get a notice and get back in. Yeah.
You're one of the nicest guys in the fight game, and you're also one of the toughest, and you showed that Saturday night. When that fight was announced, all of us fight fans were like, yes, I will definitely be watching that. When you signed up for that fight, did you know that it was going to have this kind of monster watching ability?
Not at all. I mean, I knew there was he had a big following. I have a pretty well following, but I ain't pan out the fight. I didn't plan to block all those punches with my face. So, but I mean, it came out to what it was, and I had to make my adjustments.
Okay, so let's do a deep dive into this fight. I rewatched it yesterday, and it was as great as the first time I watched it. So 30 seconds into this fight, you opened up his nose like you were a shopkeeper starting the day. Did you think it was going to be quick from that moment?
No, I didn't. I knew he was tough. I knew he was durable. But I wasn't expecting him to drop off that punch. And usually when I punch people, they give me some space. But he just literally ran at me. And I was like, oh man. Then that part, I was like, trying to make my adjustments. But usually, I thought I got that left in, and I was like, ooh, you feel it. Then I tried to get my submission game going. He was pretty strong, so I didn't want to exert too much energy. And he just started rushing me. Then he hit me in the balls.
Yes. Got
that break. Just what he needed. And he freaking caught me at that right hand. And I was like, oh, you dropped me, you fucker. I was like, oh, my God. And I let my ego get a hold of me.
Yeah.
I let my ego. Well, just because there was the points where I was just trying to stand up on the wall and swing and battle with him back, and after a while, I had to get adjusted and be like, hey, we gotta stick to the game plan. Like, that's doing that right there is entertaining, but at the same time, that's just 50-50, and it's whoever lands a shot. And my back's to the wall, so my percentages of winning that trade outs are much lower. But I had to get out of that ego-ness and get off and back up and get my space and readjust and get to that second round.
Yeah, for us who are just watching these fights, I mean, just your mentality, just what you're talking about there. We don't realize everything that's going through your head as you're fighting another human being. All those thoughts.
Yeah.
And so let's go back to the ball shot. He knees you in the balls and looked like you wanted to get right back at it because you didn't want him to give him that rest.
Yeah, I knew but I felt like that was on purpose because he knew I was getting off that wall, and he didn't want to. After that whole blitz he did, I know he was gassing, and knew he needed that rest, and I just didn't want to. It hurt, but I didn't want to let up, and it wasn't affecting me to where I wasn't going to be. Oh, I thought I wasn't going to be flat-footed, and yeah, it just so happened. He caught me with that right hand, and there began the survival mode.
Yeah, talk me through that survival mode, because with 2 minutes left or so, he catches you, and I'm watching it, and like your face kind of changes, you kind of lose some of that energy, and I'm like, oh shit, Yancy's in trouble. And you had 2 minutes left in that first round. What's that survival mode for you?
At that point, I'm trying to get my feet under me and adjust to what's in front of me, which was Charles, and not keep my blocks up, remember my go-tos, and there's sometimes I felt like I watched the fight, I was like, oh my god, just dead man walking right now. And I come fortunately I have great cardio, I have a great team at home that pushes me, and I was conditioned enough to weather that storm and get back mentally, not just physically.
I'm glad you said it, because for a second there I thought too you were dead man walking. I was like, oh shit.
There was just times I'm like, oh my god, come on, get your feet up, like hands up, close the distance, and just running through your mind, running through it until there's a pause and you can okay, now I'm back in it, get back on track. Because
you probably feel the crowd, like they're like, oh god, here it comes, this fight's gonna come to an end, and you got to fight off all of that.
Noise. For me, it's just like at that point I'm like, fuck the crowd, if I gotta get myself to par right now, and it's just fortunately I didn't take too much damage to where I could get back mentally. I got back. I was like, yeah, stop being egotistical. Now who could take the most hits and who can give it back? We got 10 more minutes of this. Get back to your next round and get back to the game plan. You're a martial artist, bro. We have to readjust.
Where does that discipline come from? Is it just from all the years of being a martial artist?
Oh, most definitely from my Universal Kempo Karate. I started martial arts from the age of 5, and then I pursued MMA later on in my 20s. But yeah, I'm just all the people I hang around with from at home to my jiu-jitsu coaches here to California with the Diaz bros. I mean, they're true martial artists, and I know first and foremost I'm a martial artist before I'm an athlete in that octagon.
So you're a martial artist, and you're walking back to in between the first and second round, and I'm on Twitter, and everyone's like, "This is the best first round I've ever watched." Joe Rogan's going, "This is the craziest round I've ever seen." Yeah. Are you feeling that at all while you're sitting there trying to get your legs back for the second round?
No, not at all. I knew I was like, just get my breaths in, and I felt my recovery was coming quick already. I was just like, shit, man, I took too much. I was trying not to get down on myself. I was like, hey, we're making the adjustments. We're gonna get out there. My coach, just listen to them. Just keep the ear open and get back to 100. Get back to your 100% mental clarity. So, and that's what it was. Just you can't worry about the outside, especially when you're in the fire, especially after a round like that, getting dropped multiple times, and just I'm just trying to get back to what's gonna make me win the second round. What's gonna make me? It's not about it's not about what I'm not doing. It's about what I gotta do.
And so, does that minute fly by? Is it slow for you guys in those kind of moments?
It depends. Sometimes usually it's just fast, because the minute starts when the bell rings.
Yeah.
So we're not sitting down for a minute. And all that being said is just, but that's the most crucial times that your coach and the coach and the fighter need to be connected and need to utilize this minute to recover and get yourself better for the next round. Because if you don't, fucking give me this fight at 15 minutes straight, I'll fight 15 minutes straight. But that break is you got to take advantage and utilize that minute the best way possible. And I tell all these fighters and all these coaches, you see all these coaches run in and go, rah, like, okay, first of all, if the fighter's going to match that energy, even if he doesn't want to match that energy, you're like, huh, the coach is yelling at you, you're like, huh, like, it's like, why are you yelling for? You go in there, my coaches come in, I got a great team, you come in, they give our look, they let me breathe, they take my breather, and they start talking to me. They calmly talk to me, get back to what I need to do, and we utilize that minute in the best possible way to readjust for the next round.
So that next round starts. How do you feel physically? Is that first round behind you and you're ready for a new 5 minutes?
Oh yeah, first round's behind me. Back to the game plan. Stay outside. Utilize your striking. Make it miss. And I felt like he was a front runner. He would come out really hard. He came out really hard in the first round. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, all right, man, I'm just gonna deal with this. I'm just gonna deal with this barrage. Keep to my pace. And yeah, he ended up. I feel I wasn't staying active as I should have been with all my weapons. And he took advantage of that, and I was just reacting the wrong way sometimes. But in the end of that second round, I felt like things are coming to. My cardio was still great, and hence why I ended up getting the takedown and the ground and pound.
Yeah, I mean those elbows with about a minute and a half left, you threw some ferocious elbows at him.
Oh, I was like, oh hell no, man! I gotta try and finish this, But I overthrew that last one, and we got into that scramble again. But he's just tough, man. Like, and it was. I don't know how guys get depressed, and some guys, you see them fight and then they just take these fights and they're like, oh my God. I'm never like that. I'm like, I trained to give 1,000 more of these, bro. You better, I hope you like more. I hope you want more of it. So, I was ready. I don't ever get depressed about, if they can take a shot or whatnot. Like anybody can take a shot if they're ready. But how much can you take till you break?
So 2 things about those elbows. When you're just winding up and you're bringing it and you hit him, what is that feeling like for you as a fighter?
There's one more. I'm like, boom, oh, there it is, one more. Like it's not, you can't dwell on the strikes you put on. You just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep going. And I don't think that's something I really try and do. I just like, I don't try and, I guess, how do you say, look at my work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, boom, and be like, hell yeah, that was a nice elbow. I'm just like, boom, are you going to take it? Okay, I got more. And I just keep, it's more. I'm never content with what I'm doing. I just want to get more in until I see if it's finally, he's not able to defend himself. Then, I'll try and kick it in. Then that's where the courtesy comes in. Huh?
Yeah, we've seen fighters before get caught kind of celebrating something too early. Yeah. And then getting caught while they're doing it. Exactly,
and that's what I'm going to be there till the ref pulls me off or till I can really see that he is out.
And at that point, Yancy, after the second round, is there any feeling of like, we're in a fucking great fight right now? People are loving this fight.
Oh, yeah, but now I'm like, at the same time, I'm just getting back to my workhorse, sticking to my game plan and going like, trust me, as physically beat up as I was, I've been through harder. I put myself through harder work, cardiovascular wise. Like I know I've put myself through where I don't care how hard you think one fight is, I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die. Like I felt like that many times in the gym, many times at all my different practices. So I was more than ready for the last round. Yeah, I was like, oh yes, let's go. You know what I mean? We put it in our heart, like. That's why the hugs came in. Just like, hey, bro, I know you giving your all, and I giving my all. So I think just as men, straight down men, right there, and competitive people, like you're gonna give them that respect. It's like 2 warriors going to battle and then end up in a draw, and they know they just know that they're fucking, they got this respect. Like, it's just something that definitely earned. Something that's definitely earned.
And I think that's something that's so great about this sport is the respect between the fighters. You guys are out there trying to kill each other, but you also have so much respect for one another. And everyone in between the second and third round, again on Twitter, were like, "Oh my God, this is the best fight ever!" And then you guys come out and you do the handshake and hug, and everyone's like, "This is just fucking awesome." This is a show. I mean, that kind of like kickstarted the whole night, which was a great night in Detroit. But the third round starts, and he came out a little bit aggressive, and then you were able to shake it off and take control there.
Yeah, I mean, I know he was going to come out hard again, but I could just see how he was gassing in the end of the round. He's walking to his corner, hanging on, and I was like, I'm not even letting now the fight starts. So I knew he was going to do. I knew he was going to do that sprint again, but I didn't expect him to try and take me down like that. He literally just like, bro, and I was like, oh, it's all good, man. I'm going to keep doing it. You going to pick me up again? He picked me up again. I'm like, oh, you going to get reversed now. I just knew he was tired. Like, there's no way. Yeah. We went through we just battled for 10 minutes straight, bro. Like, and I broke your nose in the first round. Yeah. You got heart and you tough, but that'll only happen. You can only go 100 for so long.
Yeah, especially with a broken nose, you got to figure at some point.
And I'm not even taking that away from him. No. Fucking, like, he went through it. He pushed even through that broken nose, and he's a cowboy, man. Like, he's a cowboy. He's tough, bro. Can't even.
As a non-fighter, I think the worst thing that can happen to you in a fight is to get your nose broken 30 seconds into a fight.
Oh my God!
And have to keep going.
That is like my biggest fear. Like, I'm I'm always worried. I got a big nose already. The last thing I need is to be bigger and crooked.
Yeah. And then just not being able to breathe and just having it hit over and over again.
Yes, yeah.
So then you finish off the fight with about 3 minutes left, 2 minutes into that third round. Did you sense that he was ready to go?
I sensed it right when I seen him backing up after he scrambled off the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And, he just started backing up to the cage, and I was like, all right, like, just trying to see if he's trying to be tricky. And then, I threw a couple of jabs and he put his guard up. I was like, all right, he's tired. I gotta take advantage of this.
And you took advantage of it and took him out with punches, and boom, the fight was over. The place went crazy. I mean, that stadium, that arena loved that fight.
Man, it's fortunate too because the seats were slow in the beginning. I was like, oh damn, nobody's gonna watch this fight. And then I got out, I'm like, dang, everybody got it.
Yeah, it set the tone for the rest of the night. And so, you talk to Rogan, you call out for the fight of the night. It seemed like at that point it'd be certain, and then it did co-fight of the nights because Alvarez and Gaethje was just a great fight too.
Right.
How soon after a fight does the physical pain start? Do you feel the adrenaline wear off?
Right when I'm walking back to the back.
Yeah.
Right when I'm walking in the back, bro, the pain comes. It comes back. For sure.
I don't think fans know. I mean, they see the fight and they think it hurts, but I mean, I saw Cody after he beat Cruz, and we were backstage, and he looked like he was. Oh, you're like, oh yeah, he was in a 5-round fight, like war, like limping. His face is all cut up. Like, you guys go through so much.
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel it right when I walk out that cage. I'm like, bro. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm still feeling it. I got so much bumps and bruises on my forearms and left side of my body.
Yeah.
It's just a mess right now.
Yeah, so what do you do? How long does that take to get over? Is it the first week home?
I mean, regardless on how long it takes to get over, it's nothing where I can't train. So next week or in, I'm just going to start getting back on the work around what I can and just, get back on the ball. I feel like I'm top 15 now, and I gotta make this. I wanted to show UFC and the welterweights that I'm relevant in this weight class, and I did that this year, and I'm gonna make my run to that title next year.
Yeah, the rankings came out earlier this week. You're 15th. That's great to see. We can't wait for your next fight, but let's go back to after this fight too. Can you talk kind of fans about what it's like after a fight happens? You guys have to go back and get to the medical tent.
Yeah. We go back to the medical tent, doctors check us, and then they say we have to head to the hospital or whatnot. And yeah, the doctor's like, you got to go get a CAT scan, bro. I'm like, okay, most definitely, if that's what I need.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we were at the hospital. We ended up going separately, but I ended up seeing him there, and I was getting wheeled in because I couldn't walk. My left leg was kind of just shut down, and I was getting pushed in, and he was there, and I just gave him another hug, bro. I was like, come, man, like, thanks for the fight.
It's a great photo that I think its manager took and put it on social media of you guys in the hospital.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was wondering which one of his guys did it.
Yeah. And so you get checked out at the hospital. Did you come back to the arena for Max's fight?
No. I actually watched it in the hospital room.
Really?
Yeah, it was a Saturday night in Detroit at a hospital, so it was busy.
A little busy. They don't run you guys right through?
No, but I was fortunate. One of the UFC workers were there, and she was fortunately in my room, and we were watching it on her phone.
And how was it like watching it in the hospital as opposed to being in the arena? Were you nervous? More nervous for your friend?
I mean, that's night and day, but it's better than not being able to watch it.
Yeah.
With the situation, with the predicament I was in.
How much pain were you in while you were watching that fight?
Not much. Not much. I mean, it was only when I moved around, because my leg and everything's just all stiff. But I had a little headache after the fight, and it went away, and I was good to go. Did my CAT scan. Everything came out clean, and Max came out with the victory.
Yeah, it was a great night again. You guys got to fight on every card together. You guys just always win when you're together.
I would love that, but I think Max is not going to be trying to stay as active as I am. With having the title defense going on, I'm trying to get to the title. He's gonna hold it and reign with it.
And Max's son Rush kind of stole the show on Saturday night. I don't know if you saw.
Oh, yeah. Oh, most definitely stole it. That was funny. I was like, there you go, bro. Your dad gets all the limelight.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys out there have watched it, but look up Rush on Twitter, and you'll see him doing his dabs behind Anik and Rogan. It was hilarious.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
That kid's a little showman.
Yeah.
So I want to get into your relationship with Max. Do you remember the first time you met him?
I met Max in high school. When I was a senior, he was a freshman.
Okay.
But when we've actually competed against each other, like he fought one of our training partners when we were younger, when he was a younger kid, amateur wise. But when we started going, I think it was maybe 5 to 7 years ago where we actually started going to the same gym, got the same strength and conditioning, and started really competing with each other.
And did the friendship start right away, or is it kind of built over the years?
It grew as the years went on. I mean, we were always cool. We were always boys. But, over the years, we just started utilizing each other more. And like I said, like when we first met, we'd always compete with each other, which was not to beat each other up, but, we just compete. We were competitive. And then our bonds got stronger and stronger. Then we started learning from each other, which is natural. And then now we're to a point where we actually listen to each other. Because, like, Max is one of my main sparring partners, and whoever we are, we both, we know each other's styles, and we try and best it to make them better, but not in an egotistical way. It's like I guess we spar and we listen to each other now, instead of like not just learning, be like, oh bro, he's shutting down this right side real good. And he's like, yeah, with that left, it keeps jocking me, and we just have this great brotherhood now that we can just learn off of each other. So we're from friends, we definitely become brothers.
Yeah, brothers. Yeah, the whole ego thing is impressive. That it's such a manly, physical sport, and like everyone wants to best each other. But to be friends with Max and he be friends with you, and you guys both to just let's learn from each other. I think that says a lot about you guys.
Oh, I definitely think we're different personalities, but we have the same characteristics, and we surround ourselves around a great team that is like that. I mean, anybody can take a punch, but how can you take and it's of course it's who can take a punch in their face and expect not to try and give one back. I mean, if you're sparring, it's either fight or flight, right? But we've come to a point where we're so not prideful, I guess. We're so understanding that if he does catch me, it's because he set it up well and he caught me. Mm-hmm. So it's more we get better, not bitter, about what we need to be getting better for.
And I think that's what makes you successful, being better, trying to get better, not bitter. Because I think there's a lot of people in the world that are bitter or just jealous of other people around them. And
right. And it's like, how am I gonna get bitter with the world champ hitting me and catching me? That's things I need to adjust to, and I need to make work. It's not because, and that's, I think that's why Max grows and we just all grow as a team together.
And I'm sure if I talked to him and I asked him what he's learned from you, he'd have a lot to say. What do you think you've learned from Max?
Most definitely composure and how you're thinking mentally in the fight or when we spar and whatnot. Like I just feel Max is I just told Max, bro, you should just leave your gloves on when you do interviews, because you're just a genius when they're on. You know what I mean? And he's like, F you, you know. I'm just like, you're so smart, bro, when you have your gloves on. Yeah. But his IQ, his mental clarity, his tenacity, and he's just the master at positioning and composure. He's good at it, and range. He knows his positioning and his range well, and I learn a lot from him. We sponge. It's like, oh, you got me good, but you ain't gonna get me like that again, you know. So, but I mean, I can't ask for a better sparring partner. I've got a lot, not just Max, but I have a lot of good training partners that really help me out, and coaches.
And I think that one of the most amazing things about Max is he's 25 years old.
Yeah.
Damn, you forget that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he's a great father. It seems like he's a great friend. He's an unbelievable guy in that octagon. And, man, Hawaii's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah. Trying to keep this Hawaii wave rolling when the season's up over here. So, at least gotta ride some type of wave.
Are you in Oahu?
Yes, I live in Oahu.
Oh, man. Have you ever been to Leonard's Bakery?
Back when I was younger, yes. Yeah,
is that the big tourist place to go to?
Yeah, it is touristy, but I mean, a lot of locals still go there too. It's not the
malasadas, right?
Malasadas.
Oh man, the smell coming out of that place.
Well, when you come back, bro, let's go.
Yeah, definitely. When you come stateside, I'm interested how you got involved with the Diaz brothers. When did that whole relationship start?
They see me in a fight in Strikeforce with Caesar. Mm-hmm. See me out in Strikeforce, and they, Caesar asked me to come train, and I went with him for like a month or so, a month and a half, 2 months, and stayed at Nick's house, and Nate was living there too, and just started the bond from there. Mm-hmm. You know, they're hella cool guys. Nick didn't charge me a dime to come train over there, and I was just over there sponging everything I could, and I kept the connection. With those guys, and I just kept going back. I stayed loyal. I represent their team too, and it's just been. I'm not fortunate I can call them brothers.
Yeah, and I think the kind of guys they are. I think when they choose someone to come work out with them, it says a lot about the person they're choosing.
Yeah, most definitely. But they're very open. Like, anybody can come and train, but it's the ones that want to stay, or it's all about vibes. They read vibes well. If you got a funky vibe, get the hell out. You know them personally, so you know what I'm talking about. It could be any type of personality, but if you got weird vibes, like, it's not gonna roll. You're not gonna be able to roll with us.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to spend some time with Nate. I haven't spent much time with Nick, but I'm sure Nate's been a good sounding board for you. He's a genius when it comes to just setting up your cards in the fight game.
Oh, most definitely. I'm one of the best martial artists out there. And I think people really underestimate him. Underestimate his IQ in the fight game, and just people don't, or if they don't underestimate him, they don't understand his logic towards it. Because when you know him personally, it's easy to understand. It's as simple as it is: kill or be killed. I mean, it's not a sport in there for them. We're not sportsmen, and I can totally understand that, and I can agree upon that. And I just think the untrained mind or the untrained eye doesn't see that.
No, and when you sit down and talk to Nate, especially, like, he broke down how he got that first Conor fight, and he had it all set up. He knew exactly what he had to do. Yeah, and it all fell together just like it should have. Yeah. And then those 209 guys, man, those guys are tough. I remember that water bottle throwing press conference before Conor Nate too. And I remember I was in the room. I looked back at those guys and I was like, they're ready to go right now.
Yeah. Oh, bro. Yes. I'm always like Mr. Peacemaker. I'm over there with them, and I'm down. That's my boys. I got their back 100. But if we can go home safely and not get our fists and feet fucked up, I mean, I'm all for it. They just try to be peacemaker. And usually I've been fortunate. I mean, a couple guys get a couple slaps because they deserve it, but it's never heightened after that.
You're kind of like their happy-go-lucky little brothers, kind of, as I see it.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, I'm just.
Is that the Hawaiian side of you? I mean, is that kind of part of you as you grow up in Hawaii?
Most definitely. I tell people that's mad in Hawaii, like, why the fuck are you mad? You live in Hawaii. Like, I travel the world and I've just seen so much people unhappy. I just seen poverty, and it's like, bruh, you cannot be unhappy in Hawaii even when you fear a bum. Like, how can it's just, and I think that's our culture, and I think that's something I want. I try to I guess perpetuate. I try and perpetuate that aloha spirit. I mean, what Hawaiians really were, and what we how we are as people. Very loving, very open, and very trustworthy.
Yeah, and you put on Instagram after your fight, always give my all, always show my heart, and always have a smile. Yeah. Does that sum up who you are and who Hawaii made you?
Pretty much. I mean, like, I am a happy individual. I'm very optimistic. I always try to think about the good, even in the bad. And, there's just, you see, like, everything just in the world that's going on. There's just so much negativity, so much political shit going on, disasters going on. And it's just like, I don't think everyone should dwell on all that, and just be happy individuals and be grateful, and, pay it forward, I guess, pass it on.
Yeah, pay it forward.
Yeah.
Let's do some quick questions here. Hardest fight you've ever been in?
Most definitely Alex Oliveira.
Really?
Yes.
Easily?
Nah, I take that back. My mom. Oh. Because I can't hit her back when she's hitting me. No.
Shut you out.
Yeah.
What's the fight of yours you've gone back and watched the most?
Probably the Dustin Poirier fight.
Really?
The one I lost. Yeah.
You learned from it?
Oh yeah, most definitely learned a lot. I learned a lot from it. Took it, and I was very happy. I was very happy about, learning what I could from that loss.
That That's hard to do too, is to watch something that you didn't.
Oh hell yeah! Trust me, I ain't want to watch it at first, and I was just like, no, I ain't ever getting. That ain't happening to me again. It almost did.
Yeah.
Saturday, but I mean, I have made my adjustments.
Yeah. It takes a little some courage to sit down and hit play and go, all right, here we go. I'm gonna watch me lose. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
How do you pick your walkout song?
It's usually just how I vibe, I guess. If I'm listening to something and this music just catches me and I just feel it from the inside. You just like, oh, this is the one. When I hear this shit, like, everybody get out because I'm coming.
Do you change your walk-up songs?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. I like it, and it's just I'm still vibing with it. It's all a feel for me. It's all a feel. Like sometimes I keep it, sometimes I change it. It's just if I still feel that, just that certain vibe that I like to look forward to, or when I'm walking into that cage or getting ready, and I just feel this adrenaline in me. It always changes.
Is it harder to pick out a walkout song or to pick out a coffee song?
Oh, definitely.
I'm talking about your Instagram song and your Snapchats. If you guys don't follow Yancy, his coffee Instagrams are so funny.
Oh man, I've been slacking. I've been slacking lately because of the eye.
Dude, you love coffee.
Oh, very much. I love it. I love coffee, but I only drink it once or twice a day. Yeah. Unless I'm with Nate, and I'm fucking drinking it all day.
Oh. that dude's at Starbucks all the time. If you're at Whole Foods, he's at Starbucks.
Yeah. We're definitely trying to find like cool little cafes to go and check out too. See what they got to offer.
Yeah, there's been many times where I've just been going through Instagram stories and yours pops up, and it just makes me laugh because the songs, like some old Whitney Houston song.
You know that's how you feel inside when you're about your coffee. You just people just don't want to say it, but they can totally relate to it. They're like, "Yo, that's exactly how I feel inside today."
It's true. There's like at 10:30 every night, I start thinking about tomorrow morning's coffee. I'm like, oh, I can't wait.
See, exactly. And there's just this happiness inside, and I just so happen to use social media and music to help me. Yeah.
If you guys aren't following Yancy, how can they follow you on Instagram? Is it just Yancy Medeiros?
At Yancy Medeiros. It's very simple. Yeah.
What's your walkout song right now? What was it Saturday?
It was a collab of, there's this band in Hawaii in Ikolu, and it was We Are Hawaii's Finest. And then that's why I walked out to it, and I collabed it with Detroit's own Eminem, till I collapsed.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So I had to pay homage to both.
Oh, I need to hear that. Do you have that somewhere where we can hear it?
I could try and send it to you via email.
Yeah, send it to me.
Okay, let me try and find this.
And just a few more questions here. What's your favorite way to end a fight? Is it choking somebody out or with punches?
I prefer the gentle way. If I could get them with a submission, I'll try and choke them out. If not, then I'm punch your head off till the ref stops me.
The gentle way.
Trying to punch it. Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't necessarily enjoy beating someone's head in. Yeah. But, if I could choke them out and, do it in a more classy way, then or not classy, but less of a savage way, then I'd rather choke them out.
Yeah. And finally, who's your favorite fighter not named Yancy Medeiros?
Favorite fighter? Oh, gotta go with my Diaz brothers, man. Those are the goats, man. Like, they're definitely one of my favorites. I have a lot of people that I like watching though, but I mean, definitely they're martial artists through and through, and I enjoy watching them, and I've learned a lot from those guys, and they've definitely made me not just a better person, but a better martial artist in that octagon. Did
you hear from Nate at all after the fight?
No, we just usually, it's cool. Like, we give each other the space. Like, he gives me the congrats, and, we exchange a few words, but it's nothing major. Like, that I know the connection we have, especially when he wins, millions of people are blowing him up. So the last thing I'm going to be doing is adding to that. So, we give our congrats, and we just try and link up afterwards. And told him we'll try and get out to California and, give one of them random trips again.
Yeah. Come on out here.
Yeah.
LA's on fire right now, though. You're going to want to wait a little while, though.
I seen that, man. Blessings. Good vibes and aloha goes out to all the families.
Well, thank you for that. And I'm sure it's Thursday now. You've had 5 days since the fight. I'm sure you've reflected back, and you should be proud of what you did Saturday night in Detroit. It was an unbelievable fight. Everyone was just in awe of what you did in that octagon.
Thank you,
15th, brother. And you're ready to make your move higher up that board.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very stacked division, but if you ain't trying to get to the top, then you better get out of this business.
Oh, I had one last question.
Yeah.
You're an eater and a drinker and all that good stuff. What's the first thing you eat when you're done fighting? When you can finally, sit down and have something real?
Oh, man. like when the fight's over, like I usually eat this thing called it's a Hawaiian snack. It's called Mochi Crunch.
Mochi Crunch.
Like, yes, it's like this. It's like rice crackers, or it's called arare, Arare.
Yeah.
Mochi Crunch, arare, or arari. You guys would say it as. It would be that. But that's just I just love that since you put it in your popcorn in Hawaii when you go to the movies, kind of thing. Yeah, it's just this. In fact, I got a bag that I just ate last night. It's right there, but yeah, it's just this rice cracker thing that I really, really like.
And
it's like so bad that I've eaten it so much different brands over the years that you just like one type of brand now. It's like kind of like beer, right? When you're young, you just go through a whole list of them, and then you're like, nah, I like this beer.
Yeah, yeah, I'll stick with this one.
Yeah, that's definitely my go-to. Definitely.
Awesome. Well, Yancy, thanks again for taking the time and doing this, and look forward to seeing you next time you're in California. Look forward to seeing you next time you're in the Octagon, and enjoy your home there in Hawaii.
Thanks, Andy. Good talking to you.
All right, Yancy. Good talking to you.
Yeah.
Aloha. And that wraps up my conversation with Yancy Medeiros. I hope you enjoyed it. And it's funny how we were talking about coffee there and our mutual appreciation for the wonderful drink that it is. After I got done recording with Yancy, and before I recorded this outro, I went to Starbucks down the street and bought a beautiful venti dark roast coffee. No cream, no sugar, just coffee in a cup. And I brought it home smiling. I enjoyed my conversation with Yancy, and I'm going to sit down and sip on this coffee and get this intro and outro going. And then I knocked the whole cup over before taking a sip. Before taking a sip, the whole coffee ends up on my carpet. I had to clean it up. And the worst part of this whole story, I didn't even get to have any of that coffee. But thank you for sitting through that story. And thank you for listening to today's podcast. Hit me up on Facebook, Andy Nesbitt TV, and on Twitter, A Nesbitt, ANEZBITT. Let me know what you thought of this podcast. Let me know who you'd like to see in future podcasts. Let me know just, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. I can take anything. I got some thick skin and a receding hairline. Things are okay. I got it. But yeah, thank you for listening. And thank you, Yancy, for coming by. I really like that talk. I really like talk about his relationship with Max and how, what do you say? Better, not bitter. I think that's if you've ever met or talked or seen Yancy talk, that pretty much sums up Yancy. He's one of the positive thinkers in this fight game, and always a pleasure to talk to. And so I can't thank him enough. Just 4 or 5 days after such an epic fight to sit down and talk about that, talk about Max, talk about the Diaz brothers. It was a fun listen. So thank you guys for listening. Go subscribe to this podcast wherever you subscribe. Share it with your friends. Yell at your neighbors about it. Tell your mailman to tune in. Do all that good stuff. I will talk to you guys next time with a new guest. Until then, thank you for listening.